Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, it is I, your host, the RoyalBaddie, and if you are returning, welcome back. I'm glad to have you at another girl chat. Okay, so in today's girl chat, we are going to be talking about when you're feeling unworthy and undeserving and why you shouldn't feel like that. I don't know exactly what the name of this video is going to be yet. I want to let y'all know that I'm making these videos based off of my experiences and my emotions that I've went through during these experiences, or something that came up in my life that made me feel like that or something. So I just want y'all to know that these videos are for like young women who's just growing into themselves, or who are currently trying to figure out who they are, who are just getting into dating, who's like, you know, trying to figure out life, and maybe you don't have a big sister, a big cousin, a parent or guardian to tell you these things. So that's what I'm here for, and my intention is to help all the girls like me, like myself, out there who may need this advice, and the girls who may need this advice and don't even know it. So yeah, without further ado, let's hop right into the video. In my first point, I said society makes us believe women shouldn't do certain things, or they will be deemed as less than, which is why you have to have a strong, unwavering sense of self, know oneself, understand oneself, trust oneself, and be true to oneself. So by that I mean, like, it's certain things that as a woman you shouldn't do. So if you make mistakes or anything like that, it's like, as a woman you shouldn't have made that type of mistake or that mistake. So now you're looked at as less than, and that could be, it's a whole wide range of things that can make you less than according to society, because there's so many rules and stigmas when it comes to women, but men get it way easier. Like, they just have to be providers, and that's really it, and they demand if they do X, Y, and Z, and women are looked at, it's just a lot. Women, we get it hard, and I feel like we should be much more respected, which is also why we should respect ourselves enough to spend time with ourselves, to get to know ourselves, to learn ourselves, to trust ourselves, and that way nobody can tell you nothing about yourself. I'm not saying like don't be open to constructive criticism, but I am saying no bullshit when you see it. Yeah, no bullshit when you see it, because women are deemed as whores. Women are deemed as aggressive, bitchy. It's like a lot of things that if you have standards, or if you have boundaries, or if you're just living your life how you want to live it, then it's a problem with all of those things. Like, there's a name for everything that we do as women. So from me experiencing life and like these past few months, I've learned a lot about myself, and that I have to work on myself and find myself so I can have a stronger sense of self and not let anybody tell me about myself, because I know who I am. So that is my advice to y'all. Like, spend time with yourself. Know that you're, because the way that you know that you're worthy and deserving is if you get to know yourself, know who you are, know your standards, know your boundaries, learn your boundaries, learn your standards, create some standards, create some boundaries, so that nobody can tell you nothing when it comes to you. Yeah, you can listen to what they have to say, but you can deem that as not true. That's not factual. You don't know what you're talking about, because I know who I am. And you want to also trust yourself. I feel like a lot of humans go through life without really genuinely believing in themselves and trusting themselves. Now, the ones who believe in themselves are where they want to be in life because they believe in themselves. So for the ones who aren't where they want to be, it's like, yeah, you don't trust yourself, you don't believe in yourself. Maybe you need to do some soul searching, maybe you need to do some journaling or stuff like that, to just to figure out who you are at your core. Like, yeah, who are you? What is your identity? And that's something that I've been learning. So it's pretty interesting to figure out, like, who am I really? Like, I thought I knew who I was, but like, really, who am I to my core? What is my identity? What do I like? What is unwavering about me? What is my boundaries? What are things that are non-negotiables for me that I will stand on, that I do stand on? So those are things that I'm working on, and I would advise all women, especially young women, to work on that, because I'm sure like older women may already know that, but just in case if they don't work on it. But especially young women that's just getting into dating, that's just coming out of high school, or that's just getting into college, as young women, we have to have standards and boundaries and know that we are worthy and deserving. My next point in this video is, don't be so hard on yourself when you make a mistake, because you will make plenty of mistakes, and that is okay. That is when you learn from it and apply the experience / the lesson moving forward. So I am saying this from experience, because I'm a perfectionist, and any little thing that I do that like I feel like I shouldn't have done that, I'm gonna replay that in my head even years from now. Like, I still replay things that happened a long time ago that probably no one remembers, but I'm just like, oh, I shouldn't have did that, oh, I shouldn't have said that. And that also comes with finding your true sense of self, the essence of who you are. Because if you know who you are, you believe in yourself, you trust in yourself, you're going to stand on everything that you said. You're going to be like, yeah, I said that and I meant it. You're going to mean what you say, because you know who you are, and you know you rarely make mistakes, especially when like you're giving your opinion or you're just out being yourself. So I would say, don't be so hard on yourself when you make mistakes, especially as a young woman. This is your time to learn and make mistakes. You can't go through life picture perfect and not make a mistake. We all make mistakes. Even women that's older than me, women that know the game, even women that has been dating for a while, women who are older than me still make mistakes. But it's up to you to not make the same mistake. If you make a mistake, I say once, twice, maybe even 3 times, you have to learn from it at some point. You can't continue to go through life making that same mistake. And that's something that I have learned. That's something that I had to learn. Like, I can't keep, if I'm making these same mistakes, it's not them, it's me. Or it don't even have to include another person. It could just be a mistake that I'm making that I have to analyze what about me is making me continue to make this mistake. That's when I have to do some self-introspection. You are worthy and you are deserving. Just know that you will make mistakes. It's all about how you take that lesson. What did you learn from it? How do you use that moving forward? Okay? So the next point I have is, don't try to force anyone to see your value. It'll only drain you and make you question yourself. That's a fact. Just know that you are worth it to you. They'll figure it out, and it may be too late. Okay? This is something that is very important. These are in no specific order. I just wrote them down as I thought about them, but this is very important because, let me put my glasses on so y'all can take me serious. I say this is very important because as women, we tend to cape for men more than they cape for us sometimes. Like, we go above and beyond. We lower our standards sometimes. We like don't stand on our boundaries sometimes, all just to show someone that we're here for them or to cater to them. As women, we're naturally nurturing. So as women, we tend to do more than we normally would for a man, because we want them to see that, like, oh, I'm worth it. And I hate the term like pick me, because it's giving like city girl versus good girl. Like, some people really do want to be loved. You don't have to be a pick-me just to like to want love. You're not trying to like, I hate that because it's like degrading women who want love for real. Like, I'll see if it's a woman agreeing with a man about just ridiculous things, but that makes it sound like women who want love don't have no backbone, which could be the truth, but not really, because it's like we're not all on the same type of time. We don't all want the same thing. So I just hate the term pick me. I just hate it. Yes, I would say like sometimes as women we forget about ourselves and we start to be like, it'll start off as us being courted, then we start to like make up something in our head of how we want it to go or how we feel like it should go, and before we start to see that it's going like that in our reality, we start to do things and overly assert ourselves, overly give, overly share to this person to make them realize that we're worth it. As women, I know a lot of women do that. There are some women who have just been blessed with like discernment and detachment to not do that. There are some women who have learned to not do that. But my advice to you guys is don't be hard on yourself and don't believe everything like society says about you as a woman, so that you won't end up trying to make someone see your value. Because if you feel like you have to prove that you're valuable to someone, then 9 times out of 10 you don't see yourself as valuable. So why would this person see you as valuable? They're only going to use you for what you allow them to use you for. Stand strong in yourself. Get to know yourself. Do things that you like. I just made a video about insecurities and what to do if you're feeling insecure and how to overcome insecurities. It'll pop up here if you guys would like to see it. I just want to let you guys know you are worth it. You are worthy. You are deserving. You are cherishable. You are naturally alluring. You are magnetic. You are everything that someone wants. So don't, and that's even for friends, like that's for any type of relationship, not just romantic. So don't try to prove to people that you are worth it, because in the end you're just going to drain yourself. You're just going to end up feeling worthless to yourself, because if you're trying to prove that you're worth it to somebody, they're not going to see it. You have to know that you're worth it, and they'll see it in your demeanor. They'll see it in the way you move, the way you talk, the way you walk. They will see it. It will just bounce off of you. I'm worth it. I'm worthy. I am cherished. I am adored. I am important. I believe in myself. I love myself. I trust myself. It'll just bounce off of you. So yes, don't waste your time trying to prove that you're worth it to somebody, because you are worth it. You are worth it to you. You are worth it. And that's the only person that it matters. And once you realize that you're worth it to you, everybody else will realize it. And you won't let nobody play with you, because you know that you're worth it. And that's period. I'm going to end the video off with this last tip. Stand tall on your boundaries, because you will feel better in the end. If you lighten up on your boundaries or go down on your standards, then anybody is able to have access to you. If you are no longer picky, if you don't set boundaries, this is what I will accept and I definitely will not accept this. If you don't do that, people will feel like they can play with you, and they can, because you're not standing on your boundaries. So I really advise y'all to write a list of non-negotiables. What is not acceptable for you in order to be in your life? What is acceptable and what is not acceptable? What is just, you will not accept it. If you want to be in my life, this is unacceptable. And by standing on your boundaries, you can't be so attached to someone. You have to be able to put you first. You cannot be codependent on someone else in order to stand on your boundaries. You want to believe in yourself, know your worth, and that way you will be able to stand on your boundaries. And again, if you want to know how to build boundaries or learn your worth or feel worthy, go check that girl chat out. I gave some great tips and advice in that one. And yeah, y'all, boundaries. Word of the day, boundaries. I really genuinely hope that this helps somebody out there. Let me know if it helps you guys. And if you enjoy this type of content, let me know what other type of topics you would like for me to make videos on. And until next time. Oh, if y'all like my content here, go check out my Instagram and my TikTok. The links are in the description. And until next time, bye.